Welcome back to Edmonton for the 2024 Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships. And here we are, their second women's matchup of the day between the Calgary Vipers and the Tecumseth. Tecumseth. Xtreme. I like the X. No E. Just extreme. Pronounced the same. So there's a quick run there. Number 10. I have to figure out which team is which color. As was the case with the last game, we do not have that information right now. We do not have rosters, fortunately, for these two teams. But day one of the tournament here from Edmonton. Each of the teams competing this week, vying for a spot in the finals on Saturday. But they have to get through group stages first to qualify to be in the quarterfinals, beginning on Thursday, semifinals Friday, and then the finals on Saturday. So we're scoreless in the early going here between the Vipers and the Xtreme. Signature orange ball. Curious how many of these young ladies, ice hockey players as well as ball hockey players, it's obviously a different skill having to control the ball versus the puck. But I'm sure that ball hockey actually helps hand-eye coordination for ice hockey and vice versa. Just getting a little bit of a different look, I think, is always interesting for these young athletes in any sport. As we are 3 minutes in. What a day so far. If you've been watching along with us earlier in our first matchup in the men's D division, we had a nail-biting contest that ultimately resulted in a 6-6 draw between the Burnaby Blades and the Victoria Ducks. And following that, we had the Edmonton United, who got off to a hot 2-1 start in the first period, but ultimately fell by a score of 6-3 to the Prairie Storm, who dominated those final 2 periods of play. That matchup, a precursor to our second women's matchup of the day, as here's a chance. Pass into traffic results in a turnover. No luck there. I would imagine the Vipers are going to be in the yellow, but I might be wrong. I'm trying to see if we can get a glance at the front of the jerseys. But the announcing team right there along with the fans. Trying to figure things out on the fly here. And you know what? On that right side, as we have a face-off, near side, on that right side bench, that's where the Prairie Storm were last game, who were the home team. The Calgary Vipers, technically the home team, although this is obviously a neutral site tournament. So for now, I'm going to say that the yellow team are the Vipers. I think black and green seem like more colors that would be of the extreme ilk, if you will. And I feel like on the front of one of those jerseys, I feel like I saw an X or something like that. So I'm pretty sure we're going to go Calgary yellow, extreme black and green. Extreme. I don't know if there are any professional wrestling homages on this Xtreme team. We're really touching on all different sports here today, folks. But obviously, for those who are big pro wrestling fans, probably no one watching, probably the only one. But just in case there is, that black and kind of neon-y green contrast, the colors of DX, one of the great factions in WWE history. Also, of course, Extreme Rules, an annual pay-per-view. No E in the name of Extreme Rules. It's just the X. So who knows? But I do like those DX colors. Looking good as here's a breakaway. Fast break for the Vipers. And it's halted by the Xtreme. Great stick work there across the blue line for the Vipers, but they'll come up empty-handed on that possession. Here come the Xtreme, a couple substitutions. As back and forth we go. In this women's matchup from Edmonton. There's a shot from number 10 from behind the blue line. No good. Now dueling for the ball behind the back of the Xtreme net are both teams. That exchange, one of dozens, if not hundreds, that we'll see in this game this afternoon/evening. Won by the Xtreme, and it'll come the other way into the zone of the Vipers before the whistle is blown. Some great stick work from multiple different Vipers players now. A lot of skill on display here that, frankly, I don't think either of the teams possessed in our opening women's matchup, I should say, our second matchup of the day. Going to be comparing these two teams to the Prairie Storm and Edmonton United, as those are the other two ladies teams that we've seen that we can compare to. So we're about halfway through the opening period, still knotted up, scoreless. Neither team able to find the back of the net in the early going. But you feel like there's been a bit more spacing and a bit more open play in this matchup than the one prior. More entertaining brand of ball hockey. It's just as I say that, we have a little bit of a traffic jam up against that perimeter behind the goal. Still pressure here in the Vipers' zone. Behind the net with time before having it taken away is Calgary. Substitution for the Vipers. Here comes number 13. Calgary still on the attack. So I'm now learning that it's pronounced Tecumseth. It's the research I've conducted in the last couple seconds rather, as it's now we're now working our way into the Xtreme zone. For those who can't tell, I'm American. I'm not too far from Canada, suburbs of Detroit. I'm about half an hour away from the border to Windsor. Obviously, a bit of a ways away though from Tecumseth, or Edmonton. So apologies for the pronunciation earlier, but I think we've got it all squared away now as the Vipers with a chance. Great defense by the Xtreme, swatting that ball away. Whistle's blown. Here comes substitution for the Xtreme. 21 and 77. Checking on for Tecumseth as well as number 9. Here's a face-off in Xtreme territory. Calgary trouble with the ball. Recovers, though. Now working past center floor. Number 20 hunting that ball down for the Vipers. Didn't have quite enough speed to get to that ball before Xtreme. Goalie can't quite make out the number, but it's going to be a face-off in Xtreme zone. In the Xtreme's zone. Pardon me. "15-minute periods for those of you just joining us, and as we're about 12 minutes into the opening one, no goals yet. We've seen 2 very high-scoring games to kick off the day. As here's a big-time shot from center floor. No luck there for the Xtreme. And when it comes to ball hockey, very similar set of rules as we have in ice hockey, but of course just being played on a floor. As there's a tumble and a bit of traffic near the net before whistles blown, and a new line of substitutions are coming in for the Vipers. It's a nice pass. This is great. Ball movement around the net from Xtreme. Slinging that ball behind the net around the border. Here's number 2 inside. Got a back and forth. Neither of these teams wanting the ball here. What's going on? Finally, Xtreme with a slap shot just in front of the blue line. Can't find the net. And that was nearly taken away by number 18 for Calgary, who would have had a huge fast break there. Here's a slap shot. Way outside. Once again, that's 2 from center floor from number 19. Just giving that ball a ride from mid-floor. Finally, here comes Calgary. So we think, never mind, right back to the Xtreme, who are putting immense pressure on the Calgary net. Calgary is going to want to get possession, slow down the pace here because the momentum is favoring the Xtreme. And here come the Vipers. New line of subs. And as soon as that young lady passed center floor, slung it down to the other direction. Smart. Calgary coming away unscathed from that immense pressure by the Xtreme. Fortunate to do so. Couple good looks for the Xtreme there. No great ones. None that they are just dying to have back, but as we've seen today, as you can build up pressure over the course of a couple minutes, get a few shots on goal, keep the ball in the opposition zone. And typically good things are bound to happen, whether it takes 10 seconds or 5 minutes. There's a tumble for Calgary. Here's number 9, slinging it inside. Good save there by Xtreme goalie. Now the Xtreme with possession, working around the goal. Calgary relentless, though. Now trapped up against the border. Little nifty shot, trying to work it around the net and sling it in from number 13, or 23 rather, no luck. 23 with a masterful piece of stick work, but has it taken away at the last moment by the Xtreme now. Xtreme ball right back to Calgary, 13. Good. Another chance here for 23. 23 is skilled with the stick. I'll tell you what, it's only a matter of time before she finds the back of the net. Comes up short there. On comes 95 and 18. Here's a face-off in Calgary territory. Xtreme looking to create some chances here on offense now. This game all knotted up at 0-0, but pretty exciting stuff. Bit more action than the last game for my money. Two skilled teams, not going to give anything away too easily. Here's another face-off in Calgary territory. Xtreme looking to make something happen in the waning moments of this first period. But here come the Vipers on a fast break. There's a slap shot from number 10. Number 21 in the way, though. Her defender, that shot didn't get too far. Had some zip on it. Ouch. That's what I say to that. Would not want to be hit by that shot from number 10. Wow, and that's a great piece of defense from number 10, taking the ball away from number 9 for the Vipers in a one-on-one matchup. Number 9 got it back, put a shot on goal, and that was a great save by the goalie who's fallen over, trying to find her footing. She's trying to get back up. Oh my goodness, caught the ball. Massive slap shot from behind the blue line by Xtreme. A handful of phenomenal saves there for Calgary to keep this game deadlocked at 0-0. Check to see if goal is all right. We hope she is, obviously. Back to her feet, all is okay. A face-off in Calgary territory. The Vipers not out of the woods just quite yet. And that'll do it as the first period of Canadian ball hockey action here from Edmonton comes to a close between the Calgary Vipers and the Tecumseth Xtreme. Your score after an exciting opening period, 0-0. We'll be back with the second period shortly. Don't go. Welcome back to Edmonton as we are underway in period number 2 in our second women's matchup of the day between the Calgary Vipers and the Tecumseth Xtreme. Nothing separating these two teams in period number 1. Great offense, but better defense from both of these squads. Pretty evenly matched. Imagine the time of possession will be similar. I would imagine the amount of time that the ball spent in each of these teams' respective zones would be similar. If this was a boxing match and I had to score in that opening period, I would have to probably give it 10-9 to the Xtreme. But these two teams clearly very close, clearly very skilled on both sides. Great piece of goalie work from Calgary to close out that first period as well. A couple great saves from goalie falling over as we have an early line change from both of these teams. Right on cue as Calgary goalie. Not sure if she's nursing an injury or trying to figure out an equipment issue. Obviously hope that all is okay. This could be trouble for Calgary. It's some nice ball movement here from the Xtreme, working around the back of the net. Looking to find someone near the net. Here's 77. Nope. Back out past center floor. Let's take a look here at where possession lies. It's with Calgary, who passes the blue line, entering Xtreme territory, looking to turn the tables. Getting the hang of things here in our third game on commentary from Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships. Figuring things out, figuring out the pace of play. Of course, my first time calling Canadian Ball Hockey. What a treat it's been. It's been a good opening to my Canadian Ball Hockey thirst and quest for knowledge. A face-off, the Xtreme zone. That's Xtreme with no E. Just an X. Here's Calgary working it around the net. A little bit of a push from 88 to create some separation. 95 rather. I don't know how I got 88 from that. Slinging a pass far side is 95. Calgary still with possession. There's a shot and a save. 14 firing from behind the blue line. Both these goalies making some great saves in the early going. That's why we're still knotted up at 0 apiece. There's 95 looking to work inside. Passes across her body. No one home. 14 with it. A slap shot. One-timer from 95. Now, the ball around the net, trying to poke it in. That's picked up by the goalie. Number 95 with some major zip on that one-timer. She'll come off. Line change for both teams. Long shift for both of those squads there. Constant pressure on the net. Well-deserved break for both of those two teams. Face-off now in Xtreme territory. Ball cleared all the way back into the Calgary zone. The Vipers with possession now, working it back across the blue line. Firing, no, off the mitt of the Xtreme goalie. Back out to center floor. A pass to the left side. Near side, 29 fires, no good. Far side, pushing it back out to center ice. It's a bit of a 3-out basketball formation. Great spacing here from the Vipers. I like this mentality on offense, just slowly working closer and closer to the net through passing is the idea if all things go right. I think they gotta keep that up on future possessions. There's 20 firing to the center of the floor. That ball now poked back into Viper territory. 7 looking to shovel it in. Nearly in the splits, falling over again is number 79, the Vipers goalie, with another spectacular save. Not out of the woods quite yet. Ball in the Calgary zone. The Xtreme looking to score the first goal of this game. So we're more than 5 minutes into the second period. Here's 53. Slinging it inside to number 7. That ball cleared to Xtreme territory. There'll be a whistle. Be a flooring call here from Edmonton. We're going to have a face-off in the Calgary zone. Here's the face-off. It's Won by the Xtreme. A big-time shot from way outside. 53-26 fires. No good. Another spectacular save from the Calgary goalie. 24 now, pushing it the other way. '86 waiting in the wings behind the blue line. Whistle's blown. Face off in the Xtreme zone. Won by Tecumseth. Cleared out to center floor. Now a chance for the Xtreme. Did they have the angle? Across. No one home. A shot there for Tecumseth, but come up empty-handed on that possession. Firing inside. That will be the first goal of the ball game. These two teams so evenly matched in the early going. That is a huge goal for the Xtreme. As we're more than halfway through this game, we were scoreless, and finally we have our first goal. It'll be a huge vote of confidence for the Xtreme. Calgary, who have defended so well, number 79 with some great goalie work all game long thus far. They're going to have to regroup and stay calm. Not take any shortcuts here. They've played so well. Here's 16 looking to add insult to injury. Here's number 4 inside, kicking it out to 19. Slipping and sliding are both teams. Leaving it all out there on the floor this evening from Edmonton. Line change for both teams. Face off coming up. Calgary now to the Xtreme zone, behind the net. 23 looking to make something happen. Cheeky from behind the net tried to sneak around and punch that one in. No luck there. Here's 20. Number 20 throwing up a prayer there. It's not how Calgary's going to get back into this thing. That's some great, consistent ball movement. On that possession. Here comes 77. Great piece of defense from Calgary. But it's taken right back by the Xtreme in the Vipers zone. The Vipers have played well today, but the motor of some of these young ladies on the Xtreme. It seems like these girls never get tired. They never run out of energy. That's a great shot. Sliding, falling down, try to put it in. Here's a slap shot from 19 behind the blue line. No luck. Calgary with possession in their own zone, but 22 fighting ferociously. 18 now has it with some space. Gonna look to clear this. That'll be a flooring. Or not. Nope, just a sub. Just a regular ordinary sub, and that's a great defensive swat away from 77, potentially preventing a goal there. Substitution, pressure in the Calgary zone. Here's 44 for the Xtreme. Tecumseth looking to add to their lead. That goal will take us to the end of the second period here from Edmonton. All netted up at 1 goal apiece. We enter the second period scoreless. Both teams coming out feeling good about themselves with a goal each, all to play for in period number 3. The Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships. Don't go anywhere. Brought to you by Home Team Live from Edmonton. Here we are at center ice. I believe the second period. Still underway, trying to figure out some clock issues. Trying to figure out which team is which as well. We believe that the team in black and green are actually the Vipers. Once again, obviously opening day of the tournament, we're having some difficulties, so we apologize to those listening at home for the confusion. Still not 100% certain in the interest of full transparency, but we believe that the score is 2-0 in favor of the black and green Calgary Vipers. That's what we're going to go with. 2 impressive goals for the Vipers. So we are doing our best, bringing you the best coverage as possible here from Edmonton. A great event so far. And regardless of who's who, 3 fantastic games to open up this tournament here in 2024. On Tuesday, once again, the finals. On Saturday, as here comes a line change for the Xtreme. Get used to saying that now. For the team in yellow. There's a whistle. We're going to face off in Calgary territory. Once again, Calgary leading 2-0 as far as we can tell. Here's the face-off. Slap shot. Looking to get on the board. Is Tecumseth. Can't do it there. Dancing behind the net. Looking to make something happen, but great defense by the Vipers. Set to face off again in Vipers territory. No luck, cleared out to center floor. Going back the other way. Here's a quick sub for the Vipers. Going to add to their 2-0 lead. The Xtreme respond. Bit of a stall in the action here. There's a chance. And did that ball find the back of the net? Did not. Much to the dismay of the Viper bench. Thought that ball was in. A face-off in Xtreme territory, though. A long slap shot from 26. No good. Take it back. It is good. Wow. From behind the blue line. It's a heck of a rocket into the back of the net. Xtreme goalies had a great day. Made some outstanding saves, but now the constant pressure of the Vipers beginning to catch up to her. That will be the end of the second period. Here from Edmonton, 3-0, your score. Vipers, after being deadlocked with the Xtreme in the opening period, add 3 goals in period number 2 to take a 3-0 lead in the Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships, brought to you with production magic by Home Team Live. Don't go anywhere. Back shortly for period number 3 to decide this one in the women's division at Ball Hockey Nationals. Welcome back to the start of the third period from Edmonton. Three to 0 is your score. The Calgary Vipers over the Xtreme. Looking to add another goal for the Vipers here. Looking to push the ball out of their own zone. But the Xtreme coming in hot. Trying to make a comeback here. Trailing 3-0 in this third period. Got a lot of work to do. ball all over the place here. Number 2, though, chance to add to Calgary's lead. The Xtreme getting a bit desperate here. Things falling apart at the seams. They've got to maintain their composure. Played some great offensive possessions in the first and second period. They're capable of finding the back of the net here. Defense hasn't been unbelievably difficult to overcome. That was a nice little slide there from 18, trying to prevent that slap shot from behind the blue line from number 19. Good piece of defense from the Xtreme. Number 18, shout out. Into the goalie mitt. Will be a face-off. In Xtreme territory. Goes without saying, they got to get the ball out of their zone here. Just continue to pressure that Vipers net, as they've done at points in this game. (3-0). Calgary leads. Here come the Xtreme, though. We've got a chance. See, that's where the spacing became a little bit clogged. Number 18 and number 14 running in tandem there. Would like to see them on opposite sides of the floor there to create a chance. Number 10 slings that ball to the back barrier. Vipers with possession once again in their own zone. Vipers making a push now. 55 with room to work. 27 at the blue line. A slap shot has the angle. Deflected by the Calgary defense. Face-off coming up in Xtreme territory. Tecumseth running out of time here. Need 3 goals to tie up this game. Now scuffle around the net. This bodes really well for the Vipers, who are now in time-wasting mode, up 3-0. Don't need to score again, just need to park the bus, so to speak, and play defense. But don't want to get complacent. If you have your offensive opportunities, take them, because if you just give possession away, if you're not aggressive, it bodes well for the Xtreme, who now have a fast break. A chance for 23. No good. Needed that one on the fast break badly. And the Vipers take right back over. That is a heartbreaker for the Xtreme. Had one woman to beat, the goalie. And that was their best chance of the day. Xtreme going to be feeling a bit helpless now, a bit desperate. Seems like nothing they've done has worked. They've played a good ball game, have the Xtreme. I actually feel that both these teams are a bit stronger than the 2 teams in the prior matchup between Edmonton and Prairie. Tecumseth and Calgary, both two teams with a chance to play in the finals on Saturday, is tripped up. Is number 7, who gets it right back with a shot on goal. Slings it far right for the Vipers, does number 7. And that's picked up by the Xtreme goalie. Face-off coming up in the Xtreme zone. Line changes for both teams in the final moments here. Our second women's matchup of the day from Edmonton. Your score 3-0 favoring the Calgary Vipers. This game's so entertaining in that first period, even though both these teams were tied up at 0-0 at its conclusion. In that third period, Calgary coming alive, netting 3 balls to come out to a dominant lead. They have been the better team today, but it hasn't necessarily been as dominant as the score would indicate. Here's number 2 with a nice piece of stick work, but that ball cleared out by number 10 of the Xtreme defense. Tecumseth gonna have to do something extreme to get back into this ball game. Running out of time here. There's a great pass. The Xtreme. Do they have the numbers? It appears not. Cal take back for. Vipers have done such a great job of stomping out any ounce of momentum that the Xtreme have had. Xtreme have had their attacking moments, but they haven't lasted. Whereas the Vipers have had constant, consistent pressure over several minutes at a time. Xtreme have had their runs and chances, but they've come in bunches, frankly, but they haven't been lasting chances where the ball has just remained in the Calgary zone for minutes on end at a time. Talked about it in the opening period. Face off now in Calgary territory. It's now or never for the Xtreme. So we're entering the final moments of this ball game. The Vipers up 3-0 still. Getting dirty, diving on the floor. It's what it takes at Nationals. This is the Super Bowl for these two teams, folks. Looking to walk away national champions on Saturday. It starts here on Tuesday in the opening group play stage. There's some hustle from 82 for the Xtreme. She's got wheels. Could she be the one to net the first goal for the Xtreme to prevent the shootout as we're running out of time for Tecumseth? Once again, the ball just trapped in Xtreme territory, preventing Tecumseth from getting any offense going of their own. This constant pressure on the net now from Calgary, serving them so well. Really beautiful ball movement here. As they're moments away from closing things out here from Edmonton, the Vipers, we've yet to see a fat lady, nor have we seen her sing. It'll be possible because there's no fat lady to begin with, but aside from that, this one is just about over as the Vipers making their final substitutions, putting the finishing touches on what has been a dominant performance here from Edmonton. We've seen in both these last two games how important in-game adjustments can be, how important inter-period adjustments can be, as Calgary in this game all tied up with Tecumseth. As here's a chance for the Xtreme. Nothing on that trip. But this matchup all tied up after the first period, and now after another 2 periods of action, we're at 3-0 in favor of Calgary. Some adjustments allowing them to dominate offensively and defensively here. Here's a chance for 23. Once again, trouble. Now space for the Vipers. Smart waiting to cross the center floor before clearing that ball behind the Tecumseth net. Stalling for time here, waiting for the final horn to sound. But in the prior matchup as well, the Prairie Storm actually trailed after the opening period and ultimately came out on top by 3 goals when it was all said and done. So first period, very much a feeling out process for these teams. And then the second and third periods, crucial is what we're coming to find here today on day 1 of Nationals. Great piece of defense there from number 44. Putting her body on the line. This Calgary team still playing so hard in the final moments of this game, despite their 3-0 lead. Refusing to take their foot off the accelerator. Constant energy. Xtreme still fighting. A couple of these young ladies, relentless. All of them fighting hard, but a couple just looking a little bit more gassed than some of the others. Once again, face off in Xtreme territory, a term that we've heard a lot here tonight throughout the course of this matchup. There's a great cross to 13 who cannot finish. Once again, only the goalie between her. Another fantastic save from Calgary's goalie, who's been lights out all night, will be potentially our first clean sheet of the tournament if Calgary can hold off the Xtreme for just a few more moments here. Now back out to center floor. Great stick work from 77, maintaining possession through 3 women there. "19 calls for the ball, has it center floor now. Back and forth, fires it as far as she can before backing up past that center floor line to avoid the flooring call. Just trying to pin the ball back in the extreme zone. And folks, that will do it here from Edmonton. A dominant 3-0 win for the Calgary Vipers. Did outclass the Tecumseth Xtreme here today. However, I thought this Tecumseth team showed flashes of brilliance. Great piece of goalie work from Tecumseth for the majority of this ball game. And I do think that this is a team that can regroup and potentially pick up a couple wins here in group stage play.